What up, y'all? It's Dominic369 for Occultism Unleashed. Today is Thursday, the day of Jupiter. And this video, I'm going to be teaching y'all about Jupiter, abundance, and manifestation. Because Jupiter has a lot to do with manifestation because it rules expansion. It rules abundance. Jupiter was called the Greater Beneficent. It's all about growing, expanding. So in order to really unleash this energy and tap into your real abundance and get your bands popping, you need to really watch and pay attention to this video. I'm going to tell y'all how the things work. I'm going to give you the information and the pointers to the reference books to get. You got to do the work. Rituals are nice, but not necessary. Don't get caught up in the ritual. Now let's jump straight into this Jupiter. Let's jump into this. So I got my notepad over here. So if I'm looking over, you gotta know I'm looking at the notes. So when we look at Jupiter, you really need to look at the placement of Jupiter in your chart, because planetary magic is about using your own magic, but discovering the magic through your natal chart, which is the operating system of your human body or your computer, your avatar that your soul is in. Your body is a machine that works for you. The sooner you grasp that and understand that, the more interested I would think you would be in looking at your owner's manual, which is your natal chart, your astrology chart. So when you're talking about unleashing your prosperity and abundance, you want to look at your ninth house, because your ninth house, people talk about, oh, that's the house of beliefs and higher education. Your ninth house is like your wish house, man. That's your house of faith and belief. But when you learn to have faith, it's above and beyond belief. Faith is trusting in yourself. So when you look at your natal chart, you gonna go around to your ninth house. That's about at the 1 o'clock mark at your chart. That's where the ninth house cusp is, the 1 o'clock mark on the clock, because it's 12 houses, just like it's 12 hours to the day. So the ninth house would be at the 1 o'clock mark. Would be at the 1 o'clock mark. So the sign on that house cusp, on your ninth house cusp, is going to give you the narrative. The sign on the house cusp gives you the narrative for how the nature of how you establish your faith in yourself and learn to trust and believe in yourself. Because the thing that's blocking y'all from manifesting is you don't believe or trust yourself. You don't trust your divine placement in the universe. That's the problem. You've allowed people to make you think that you're something that you're not, that you're weak, that you're powerless, that you're not in control of your life when you really fucking are. So the sooner you start looking at your astrology chart, looking at your ninth house, the sign on your ninth house is going to give you information about where your faith lies, how you need to learn to trust yourself and express that trust in yourself. If you have, we'll say, let me think of a sign I don't talk about often. If you have Aquarius on your ninth house, you have to learn to trust in your ability to make things happen when it comes to expressing your innovative and creative and futuristic, altruistic ideas to the world. You know, if you have Aquarius on your ninth house, and say, for instance, Uranus, which rules Aquarius, is in your second house, then your faith and your trust in yourself will be directly connected to your self-worth, because Uranus is in the house of your second worth and your values. So it will be through your values that you learn to build your trust in your self-worth and belief in your Not even belief, because belief, in the middle of belief, is a lie. You know, that trust in yourself. It's not about belief no more. It's about trust and understanding your placement in the universe and your divinity and your ability to command what is rightfully yours. This is why I say don't get caught up in fucking rituals. Because when you're caught up in rituals, instead of understanding, okay, I learned how to do a spell and a ritual so I can understand the nature of these energies. Once you understand the nature of the energies, don't stay on the spell, ritual, hamster wheel. You understand the nature of the energy, tap into it, and use the shit how you need to use it. That's why I say rituals are nice but not necessary. You know, and Saturn helps restrict the unlimited stuff. Now, my ninth house, I got Jupiter and Saturn conjunct in my ninth house in the sign of Libra. Now, it's interesting, and I'm speaking on it because Saturn rules my first house, my rising sign. I got Capricorn rising. The ruler of your rising sign, the house where that is placed, it gives you information about your purpose. So the ruler of the first in the ninth, it tells me that my purpose is to teach, to expand my knowledge. But Jupiter and Saturn being conjunct tells me that it's okay to expand your knowledge, but don't teach unnecessary shit. So I got Jupiter and Saturn together telling me, you know, help people grow, but don't give them unnecessary information. That's why I don't give you a bunch of books you don't need in the thing. So back to the Jupiter. When you want to manifest and get your abundance popping, you have to trust in yourself. So you look for your ninth house, and then you find the ruler of the ninth house, where it is placed at. And that tells you how you really tap into that. You know, you want to look for Jupiter's placement in your chart, because Jupiter is the natural ruler of your ninth house. Wherever Jupiter is at in your chart, that's where you got a genie at. That's where you'll find a lot of help, a lot of friends. You know, my Jupiter in my ninth house, in the ninth house, it definitely ruled higher learning and teaching and spiritual stuff, but it also rules foreign lands and different people from different cultures. You know, got a lot of allies in a lot of places. A lot of allies in a lot of places, man. Every walk of life, all over the world. You know, and Jupiter is my genie. When it comes to, you know, publishing and things like that, I know people in that world. I know people in the songwriting world. I know a lot of legal information because the ninth house rules the law. You see, I blow that law off the top of my head. You know, but I'm not telling you that you have to know that. I'm telling you, you should know the nature of your ninth house. Libra, you know, the planets in my ninth house are in the sign of Libra. So I get those blessings for knowing the law, connecting to people within publishing, you know, connecting to writers. You know, I understand where I get my fortune from by knowing where Jupiter is placed in my chart. You know, and when you know the sign and the house, you really understand how to work that magic. Jupiter is in my ninth house in the sign of Libra. That gives me details on what type of publishers to look for. Libra rules music. Libra rules fashion. You know, Libra rules law. It rules war. So the sign, you know, that the planets are in your ninth house is going to give you more information about how to use that genie and what the genie can do. The planet can only do what it does and where it's at, unless it has an aspect or a mutual reception. But we'll get into that another time, because that's some more deeper knowledge, and I really want to concentrate on Jupiter right now. Like I say, learning to trust yourself and having faith in yourself is really important. Look into your house placement. You really got to get into the details. Jupiter is going to help you. That's your genie. Jupiter is going to help you. That's your genie. The more you understand the magic of Jupiter and the power of Jupiter, placements in your chart, that's going to help you know where to summon it at, where it's going to work for you at. Get on top of it. Do the work. Do the work, man. The Egyptian god ruled by that rules Jupiter is Amun. Amun. His name means he who is hidden. So this next video I'm going to drop has a lot to do with that, because for my Christian brothers and sisters, in Matthew 6:6, Jesus tells you to go pray in your secret place where you hidden. What you do in your hidden place will be blessed to you in the open, or something like that, to paraphrase it. I'll get into it in the next video, but I'm about to teach y'all. I'm about to teach y'all the magic of Egypt in your Bible, because every time the people the people in the Bible was stressed and under that pressure, they went to Egypt. That should tell you something. Come to Egypt.